Hello and welcome back to another video. I recently finished a sketchbook, so today will be a sketchbook tour. I started the sketchbook in August 2020 and I finished it this month actually. And I've just doodled on the cover a little bit, but otherwise there's nothing else, so let's just jump into it. I always start off my sketchbooks with one of my OCs. This time it's, well, just myself, I guess. And she's saying, welcome to my sketchbook. Also, this paper was extremely thin, a lot thinner than I thought it was gonna be. So there's not a lot of like pen and markers and other supplies in this sketchbook, and there's not really that many like full sketches. I mainly use this book to sketch out ideas and like thumbnails and stuff like that, warm up my hand, stuff like that. So there's not very clean sketches, not very detailed sketches. It's just really messy, not always very good. So just so you guys know. Then we have another OC. Her name is Penny, and she looks very similar to, well, me, really. So yeah. Then we just have a little pose practice, I guess. Also, because this paper was so thin, I didn't draw on this side very often. And we have Huck. I think this was for his birthday. And this was for a draw this again challenge. I'll show the photos up on screen now. So again, this is what I used to like sketch out and plan my drawing before I actually drew it. So I took a photo of this, added it to Procreate, and finished up the sketch and blah blah blah. Here we have some doodles that I made for my bullet journal for September. Here was a little thumbnail of Belle. I was really gonna make another Belle drawing, but I never got around to doing that. Here is the Belle drawing I actually ended up going with, and it's a scene from the animated movie where she's like pouty. I don't know, I just felt like drawing it. And here is female Freddy Fazbear, cause why not? And again, here up on screen now, you'll see the full drawing, or the finished drawing. And here is a little Snow White sketch, an anime Snow White, I guess. And again, up on screen, I'll show a photo of how this drawing turned out. And then here we have Luna Lovegood. During this time, I think I was reading a lot of Harry Potter. And I've always really liked Luna. So I thought I'd draw her in her little quirky outfit with her quibbler. Here is where I planned out my October bullet journal doodles. And now we're stepping into Inktober territory. So here is Kuro from Haikyuu. My sister requested this. I think this was before I even saw Haikyuu. And then she also requested Kenma. So here they are, Kuro and Kenma. And then we have Yusuke from Persona 5. I made a full drawing of this. I'll show this up on screen. Here is my first draft of a Hermione drawing, and I was not very happy with it at all, so I recreated it, and here's how she turned out. This is my first piece of Harry Potter fan art. Here is a little drawing, or a little thumbnail of Amber, just to get a little feel for how it is to draw her. I'll show the real drawing up on screen now. Here is Shinso from My Hero Academia. And I swear when I was sketching it, it did not look like he had such a huge forehead. So yeah, just ignore this. I did not do him justice. I should probably draw him again. Here we have Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas. I actually really want to make a full drawing of her, like with colors. And here we have little Lisa sketch. This is when I was getting into Genshin Impact. And I've never really been a big fan of Lisa, but I did really like her design. Kind of like a witch librarian. That's kind of what she looks like. And then we have Venti. Here we have Draculora. I can't remember what she's from, but she's from some kind of like monster high school thing. I think I saw it like once when I was a child, but I don't know, I kind of like the aesthetic, I guess. I thought it would be perfect for Inktober. And then here was the super quick little venti thumbnail. And then here we have Jack Skellington as a girl from Nightmare Before Christmas. And I believe this, oh yeah, this is the last drawing of Inktober. So like every year, I did not manage to make an Inktober drawing, you know, every day in October, but one year I would like to do that. Here was a little doodle, just an OC, I guess. I just really felt like drawing a braid. Here is the thumbnail for Mary from Kagagurui. This again was another draw this in your, or no, this again was another draw this again challenge. So I'll show the finished drawing up on screen now. And here we have Luin from Genshin Impact. Here we have Kuro again for his birthday. And here are the doodles I made for my December bullet journal spreads. Here we have little Killua from Hunter x Hunter. Here is Akashi. I made a little sketch of him, or more like a thumbnail for his birthday. Here's how the actual drawing, or the finished drawing, turned out. Here we have Oikawa. This is actually one of my favorite drawings in the sketchbook. It's him from season 4 in that new art style. I was really happy when he showed up again. And then here we have Nezuko. Nezuko is one of my go-to characters to sketch. I don't really know why. I enjoy drawing her. I've drawn her a few times before in the past. This is a failed Hisoka drawing from Hunter x Hunter. And it was really supposed to be the thumbnail for the drawing that I'm showing up on the screen now, but that did not work out. And then here I was planning out some different poses for Chrollo, Hisoka, and Illumi from Hunter x Hunter. And this is the idea I ended up going with somewhat. I'll show the finished drawing up on screen now. Here is Dimitri. I don't know if this was for his birthday or if I just decided to draw him, but it's Dimitri from Fire Emblem, 3 Houses. So I'll show the finished drawing up on screen now. Here's a little Christmas girl. And here are some winter sketches that I made for my January bullet journal spreads. Here is another Nezuko sketch. I actually like this one a lot more than the other one. And then I drew Zenitsu. He was actually my favorite character from Demon Slayer. And I actually draw him again in the sketchbook. I think the other drawing is much better. Here I'm just sketching out Kaya and Dilek because I made some Genshin Impact portraits of them. And this is kind of like the pose I went with. I'll show the drawings up on screen now. Here's an OC. Here we have Chrollo. This is when I was going through my Chrollo obsession. And here is the Zenitsu drawing that I liked. This is, again, one of my favorite drawings in this sketchbook. And here's another one of my favorite ones in the sketchbook. Here's Norman. Something tells me this might be the only drawing in here that was not just pencil. Maybe there's another drawing, or maybe 2, but it's not very many at least. Because again, the paper is just garbage. So yeah, this is when I first watched The Promised Neverland. And then this is Todoroki. For his birthday, I have this drawing, and this drawing. I couldn't decide which drawing to go with. But I ended up going with this one, and I finished it in Procreate, and I'll show the photo up on screen now. Here, I was planning out the casual Haikyuu characters, and I started with Hinata. So you can see here that I kind of wrote down my ideas. And then here was a pose idea, but I did not end up going with this. I'll show the photo up on screen. Here is Kageyama. I'll show the finished drawing up on screen. Then we have Suki. And I actually ended up changing up a lot of his outfit. Picture up on screen now. And my favorite, Yamaguchi. I'll show his photo up on screen now. Here, I kind of went crazy drawing Gojo. And you can see how my hand kind of warms up because I started with this one and it looks hideous. It's so awful. And you have this one, which is fine. This one is fine, and this one's my favorite. Probably because I didn't have any eyes to screw up here. So yeah, here is Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. Here is Sukuna, but I always struggle drawing him or Itadori because there's something about the face that's so different from how I usually draw, so like my hand won't really cooperate. So I tried though. Here we have Victor from Yuri on Ice, and here I wrote too beautiful to draw because he's such a beautiful man, but I can't capture his beauty. This one wasn't so bad, but the rest. Here are the little doodles that I made for my February bullet journal spreads. Here we have a Killua thumbnail. I was really gonna make a Killua drawing, but I never ended up doing that. It looks like he has a huge hand, but they're not supposed to be in the same drawing, if that makes any sense. I was just planning how his hand could look, not compared to the rest of him. So I can't think of there being a border right here. This is me practicing a hand, and this is me practicing Killua. And then here I have Zhongli. I think this is, this was the plan for my very first Genshin Impact portrait. I'll show it up on screen now. Here's Child. I'll show it up on screen now. This was for Ren's birthday, some little sketches, but my hand wasn't really cooperating that day. This one didn't come out too bad, but I'm not very happy with these two. Here we have Oikawa. I'll show the photo up on screen now. And then we have Inumaki from Jujutsu Kaisen. I'll show the finished drawing up on screen. Bonito flakes. Here is Xiao from Genshin Impact. And then here is Yona and Huck. I'll show the actual photo up on screen now. Here are some Rampo sketches that I made for my sister, because she really likes Rampo, from Bungo Stray Dogs. And then here's when I planned out my Xiao portrait. I'll show it up on screen. And here I drew Light from Death Note for his birthday, but I kind of struggled with that as well. And here I was planning out Venti. And so here are my little warm-up sketches. This is how the actual drawing turned out. I was just doodling. I didn't really have a plan in mind. I wasn't planning out anything, but I don't know. I kind of had a face stuck in my head, so I drew it out, and then I decided that this could also be kind of like a pose practice. I drew the body, and yeah, some kind of psychopath, I guess. Here is Otto from ReZero. Don't really know what else to say about that. I think it was supposed to be for his birthday, if I remember correctly, but I never ended up finishing it. Here is Megumi from, again, Jujutsu Kaisen. And here too, you can kind of see how my hand warms up, because this was my first one, and it does not look like Megumi. This one looks a little bit more like him, but not quite, but I think this one is the one that looks the most like Megumi. So this shows how important it is to warm up your hand. Here, I planned out my Yona and Huck portraits. I'll show the photos up on screen. Here, I was planning out my OC, like, that's supposed to represent my channel, / account, and that is Yuno. So this was me just planning it out. This is how it actually, or how she actually turned out. Here is Zen for his birthday. This is one of my favorite drawings in this sketchbook. Actually, this might be my favorite drawing in here. It's the one that I definitely put the most effort into. So, yeah. And then, oh, I actually really like this one as well. This is Kurapika from Hunter x Hunter. And I had a lot of fun drawing the chains. I thought that was kind of interesting. Here is Tomura from My Hero Academia. I was supposed to make a drawing for my sister a long time ago, but every time I drew him, I made him look hideous. I don't know what's wrong with me. So, kind of gave up on this. Here we have Fed Up Emo Aaron from season 4. I couldn't quite do him justice though. I really like his hair. Here, I'll cover the spoiler up here. And this is supposed to be Sasha and, what's his name? Niccolo from Attack on Titan. If you want to see the finished drawing, you can find it on Instagram, on Twitter, or something. But it kind of has a spoiler in the text, so don't go looking for it unless you've seen season 4 of Attack on Titan. Here, I was planning out my Hanako and Yoshiro drawing. So here you can see that I just added a lot of notes and planned things out, planned different poses. So, yeah. I think this is the pose I ended up going with. Yeah, I think so. I'll show the finished drawing up on screen now. And then here I was planning out Yashiro's outfit. Here is Kyo from Fruits Basket. But it's more like a angry chibi him. And then here, I almost called him Dimitri. This is... I cannot remember his name. Dainsleif. It's Dainsleif from Genshin Impact. And this was a little sketch that I made for this drawing that I'm showing up on screen. This was something I made for sort of like a draw this in your style challenge. It was like you got like a mood board and you were supposed to choose one and then make a drawing from the photos on it. This was the one idea and this is the one I ended up going with. And I'll show the picture up on screen. Here is a little sketch of Kita, because I was going to continue with my Yona the Dawn portraits, but I kind of never ended up doing that. But I did draw Kita, and then I made a Reki drawing. I'll show that up on screen now. Here's Longa. He was supposed to be like a matching drawing with Ricky, but I never got around to it. Here is Megumi, another one of my favorite drawings in the sketchbook. It's crazy Megumi from the end of the anime sometime. Here I tried to work on Yanfei a little bit, but I kind of just gave up. From Genshin Impact. And then this is the thumbnail for the Kaya drawing. Again, these never took more than 5 minutes. This was probably a solid 2 minutes, if even that. But the finished drawing will be up on screen now. Then here was an idea I have of, like, again, really quick. I only really sketched in this book when I was gonna spend less than 3 minutes on something. So this is probably 30 seconds right here of Riku, Sora, and Kairi from Kingdom Hearts. I just wanted a drawing of the 3 of them kind of reuniting, holding on to each other, happy. Never got around to doing that though, but you know, maybe I'll do it one day. And this is Norway from Hitalia for, again, Norway's National Day. I'm not sure if I ever actually ended up making a drawing of Norway. Here, I did some little sketches of Eula, because I was going to make a big drawing of her, but I never got around to it, from Genshin Impact. Oh, these are different poses. That was from her little, like, promo video thing on YouTube. I thought that the little dancing poses were really nice. Here, I was planning out my Meet the Artist drawing, even though I still haven't made it. I've been meaning to do this since January of this year. So I have, you know, some basic info, some things that I might want to add around me that I tend to bring a lot, my pets, my likes and dislikes, but, you know, hopefully sometime this year I'll actually get around to making that drawing. Here, I drew Akechi from Persona 5 for his birthday, but I wasn't very happy with either of the sketches. Here I have Sylvain and then a little blushy Felix. And this was a little idea I had on Sylvain's birthday, actually. And this is how the drawing came out. I actually finished this like a week or 2 ago, I believe. Oh, from Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Here's the little Hinata sketch. I think this was for his birthday, actually. Then, for my sister's birthday, I wanted to draw her favorite characters. So here's some little sketching ideas I had for some of the characters, like Tsukushima. This is a little moment from the anime. And then I was gonna have, like, casual, real-life Tomura here. But I ended up going with a completely different idea. I'll show it up on screen now. And then a pathetic little Rampo drawing. Here, my Obey Me obsession started. So here is Mammon. Oh yeah, I actually wrote the start of my Obey Me phase. Oh gosh, it only got worse from there. So yeah, here are some Lucifer and Mammon sketches. I tried to get a feel for how to draw them, but I struggled a lot in the beginning. Here, I actually have a video with all this. I think I drew my favorite character from each of my favorite anime. And this is my favorite character from Attack on Titan, and that is Armin. So here's him as an innocent boy. Here's him as a still innocent but damaged boy. And then we have Saber from Fate Zero. Here's her in her normal, like, fighting outfit, I guess. And this is her here in her, like, suit. I think that's really cool. Then here's Yamaguchi from Haikyuu. And he's just a soft boy, and I love him. So, yeah. Some really messy drawings. Here, I asked my fellow followers on Instagram to suggest characters for me to draw. So I did this one, I don't know, afternoon, evening, can't remember. But I chose the first one, which is Oikawa. I was just feeling to draw him that day. And then Gurren from Start to the End. Denji from Chainsaw Man. I actually had a lot of fun drawing him. I didn't even know who he was at the time. But I had a lot of... This is probably my favorite sketch. Langa from Skate the Infinity. Juzo from Tokyo Ghoul. Todoroki from My Hero Academia. Tartaglia, or a child, from Genshin Impact. And then Toji from Jujutsu Kaisen, aka the ultimate DILF. I could not do him justice though. Like, he's really gorgeous, but I cannot, like, I couldn't do it. Here we have Goru, I think that's how you pronounce it, from Genshin Impact. Just a tiny little sketch. Here I continued a few more recommendations. Here's Kaido from Psyche K. And then we have Akise from The Future Diary. Kaido is so innocent and so adorable, so I felt like I couldn't really do him justice. So that's why I wrote, my poor boy, and I'm sorry. But when you compare him to Akise, he doesn't look that bad. I completely butchered Akise. Here we have a traumatized looking Deku from My Hero Academia, and then Princess Peach from the Mario universe. And I think, yeah, that's the end of my little sketching series, I guess. Here is my OC, Yuno. I was just feeling for a little sketch that day. And here are some Huck warm-ups that I made before I made a drawing of Huck for his birthday. I'll find the photo and show it on screen somewhere. I'm pretty sure I made a drawing of him for his birthday. I'm not sure though, now that I think about it. If that photo exists, I will show it up on screen now. Here I was planning out my female Gojo. So I tried out some different ideas. I started with I started with male him and then tried out some different ideas. And I ended up not going with any of them. But yeah, I just wrote down his biggest or most memorable features, I guess. Then this is how the drawing turned out. And then I did the same for Kaya and wrote down his most memorable features, and Dazai as well, though I haven't actually done them yet. And then, yeah, we went out with a bang, because this is also one of my favorite drawings in this sketchbook. This is the plan for this drawing up on screen now, my annual fall Rosalina, and again, you know, planning it out a bit. Yeah, and then thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I spent a little over a year completing this, and I don't think it would have taken quite as long if it wasn't for the fact that I wasn't very motivated to sketch in this because the paper was, you know, so bad. But since I already had bought it, I thought I might as well use it for just like the little shitty sketches that I do just to warm up my hand, you know? Then it doesn't really matter what kind of paper I use. So, yeah. I have started on my next sketchbook. It has better paper, so hopefully that means also better drawings. So there will be another sketchbook tour when that one is finished. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next Sunday.